Hey, can all of you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
The first thing I request you not to touch your keyboard or mouse because now you are online with our computer. Whatever you do, actually you are working on our computer. Okay. So
Noted, sir.
don't touch anything and just see the demo. Okay, I think those who wanted to join, all of you have joined. There may be at least 8 to 10 persons, and that is good enough. So let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Banerjee, the Director of Prayukti Geomatics Private Limited, Singapore. And this project is in Nepal, is an airborne LiDAR project. And the project is in different places. That does not matter where the project is. The processing job is related to airborne LiDAR project. So we collected photogrammetry data also, and this is a part of that processing. So this is a ortho rectification process. We basically use TerraSolid software for processing. Do any of you have any exposure to TerraSolid? Not be using TerraSolid here, but I'm just asking
No,
for.
sir.
Do any of you have expertise in TerraSolid? Some exposure?
Have used Aegis
Actually,
Metaphor.
Okay, if any of you have any exposure to TerraSolid, you can send me message separately. Now, so in this project, what we'll be doing is we'll do a part of ortho rectification process using global mapper, and this is a very simple task, but it needs your time and hard work.
The man them too inconsiderate, five-star hotel smoking
Hey,
cigarette
can you
mixing.
mute your phone so that okay? Who is clicking on the repeatedly? I'm asking. Don't touch your now your mouse and keyboard is actually linked with our computer. So whatever you do will affect here. Okay. So for during the time of demo, please don't touch anything. Then otherwise we will not be able to work. So I'm giving a brief introduction of this project and what you are supposed to do. Then we'll show the work, and then we'll after you see the work, you understand. Then I'll tell you the payment process, and then you will decide whether you want to work or not. And then we'll give you a chance for few hours, selected people to work. If we see your production is good, acceptable, speedy, then we'll let you join. Basically, our purpose is to make a very speedy completion of this project. So many other peoples are working. We have two different types of work. The main work is, both are ortho rectification related, but one work is a little bit simple, another work is a little bit more difficult. So most of you will be introduced to the difficult work first, and for the simple work we will take only 2 or 3 persons for 1 or 2 days, and for the difficult work, the bigger work, that will continue for at least 7 8 and these are from different countries. The countries include Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, Philippines, Kenya, Liberia, Colombia, all types of places, Nepal. Okay, now right now in this group we are not keeping anybody from Nepal, so everybody is from outside, and the payment will be in dollar through bank transfer. Now the work is like this. We Let me open the global mapper, and there is any of you have exposure to global mapper? Uh, or ArcGIS, I think most of you have used, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, please again don't click on the computer, okay? That will disturb us. Okay, so if any of you have used ArcGIS, the global mapper is very similar, and this work is very simple. That's why this demo is just to show you how to do that. It's a simple task, but hard work. You have to give 6 to 8 hours of time to complete some work, and then okay. So this is the oh, why are you clicking on the computer? Okay, the first step is to open a data file, which is very simple here. When you work, you will have a directory of your own. So here it is named demo. It will be your name in this case. And then there are four different directory actually. First is AOI, which is uh, the overall project area. This is very difficult. I may have to stop it if people don't. First is the area of interest. This is the only one time you have to load it. So there is a save file. You just drag it to the global mapper area, and it shows the whole project area. Now this is filled up with the black one, so we can remove it. Uh, are you okay? Okay, so these are the big area. Okay, we'll this area is divided into small blocks. So these blocks are numbered. So this number is the last 3 digit or last 4 digit. So this will be important to you later. So you'll be working with is a patch. This is a 5 kilometer by 5 kilometer one original orthomosaic image, and the next thing you need to do is, so you have loaded the area of interest. So next is, so you load the original file. So there will be a one, so one TIFF file is given now for reference. So this is loaded here, and if you want to see that this is just like uh, ArcGIS. So this is the 5 kilometer by 5 kilometer, a single orthomosaic image. Okay. Now in this image inside, because this is orthomosaic, this is composed of maybe hundreds of individual images taken from aerial photogrammetry from our aircraft. Now there are some small offset inside it, and we want to correct it. So what we have done is we have created a small patch in the problem area, and we want to integrate that patch with the original image. So let us load the patch. So patch will be in the patches problem directory. So there is only one patch given. So you load it here. So now you have everything what is required. You don't have to load anything more. So you have the AOI, which is basically for reference. You have the original RGB file, and you have the patch file. Now, if you activate and deactivate, you can see a small change here. So the problem patch is here at this corner. Now, if you pan it, go to this area, and you see when you, there is a offset somewhere, and we have to integrate this patch here. Okay, so in the original that part is also there, but we want to put an additional patch here, and this patch has to be integrated with the original image. This is the job. Now the way to do that is you have to first make a fencing around that patch, and then create a manual tie points between this patch and the original image. And when you create the tie point, then global mapper automatically will adjust this image perfectly with the original one. And we have to do it in such a way that there is no offset between the patch and the original image. Now there is uh, a guide here. Uh, there's a simple guide here how to do it step by step. So we have done the first step, load files. Then we have loaded AOI, we have loaded original, we have loaded patch. All these are TIFF file. And then second, you have to do the fencing around the patch. So, and then third is after that you have to manually put the tie point in the rectify stage. And once you put the tie point, it will place the image more or less over the original image. These images are all georeferenced, but this is not very accurate. If you see, there is offset between these two images. So if you put a tie point here, this offset will go. So the basic principle is if the patch is a rectangular patch, then you first select four corner point, put four tie points. There's the starting point. After that, you see whether the offset is gone or not. If the offset is not gone, you see along the border only. Wherever there is offset, you put additional points there. And they keep on putting points until all along the border there is no offset more than 50 centimeters. Once this is done, you save it, and this your patch will be done, and you load the next patch. Few things you should not do. One is don't put the tie point at the center or away from the border. Your tie point, if it is closer to the border, it will be most effective. Away you go from the border, it will be less and less effective. At the center, it is useless. So only keep the tie points very close to the border. Second thing is that you should not close any file after opening, after doing work. If you leave it, just leave everything as it is. Okay, because uh, to check your work, or if there is a small rectification needed to be done, if you close it, this has to be done again. All the tie points will be lost. Third thing you should do is occasionally you should save the global mapper file. Where is this? Save workspace. Okay, you can give your name, or uh, this is demo. Okay, so the save is as demo. Let's just save it as demo. So if you save it, if you leave and join after some time or next day or whatever, or your computer crashes, then you'll come back to the same point. So it is better to save global mapper maybe our computer is pretty safe. It doesn't go down, but still you never know, somebody can mistakenly close it or something happens. And these files also, once you do the patch, you save it, this also you don't close. You can deactivate it like this, but not more than that. Just leave everything. So keep on loading t file patches one after another and do your work, but don't close anything. Okay, now I'll hand over to our LiDAR data processing expert to give you the details of the demo step by step. So the beginning I've started, and there is a guide here. So she will show you uh, point by point how to make correction using that patch and this original file. Okay.
So can you please send this user guide in this WhatsApp group?
Okay, I'm
Hello.
handing over to our expert.
Hello, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Okay, now sir has already given you the background. So from here, I will do the real starting the work. So first thing was to make the fence. So the data has already been loaded. So I'm going to make the fence. Here are few tools in the global mapper that will be needed for you. So I'm giving you just the overview of the tools which we need. Okay, so in the tools here is one make create rectangle square area feature. This is the one. If it is exactly square or exactly rectangle, you can use that. And before that there is another create area feature, so that for any other irregular polygon you can use this one. And for, there is another line or point wherever as per the requirement, if there is any requirement of making some lines or points, you can use that. Okay, and here are some tools. Span tool, it is just similar kind of mapping platform which every other platform will have, the spanning, zoom in, zoom out, a fixed zoom out, something like that. So for making the fence, it is like making a polygon around the border of that patch, that will help us guide and give us the reference and give the guidance for us to follow where our patch is and where to put the points. Okay, for that we have to turn off the original file so that we can see only the patch. And this is the pan tool, and keep the this tiles delivery at the bottom so that we can see it on top of it. In here it will be sequential, like whatever is on the top it will be just at the back, and whatever is below that it will come up overlaying on that which is there. So now my I can see my 183 underscore 1. So I'm making the polygon for that, and by using this area feature, just with data click right click, it will keep on adding the point. So like this, if you go around like this, it will make a polygon. Just click on the corners where you have to make the polygon. So like this I will make it. So at last, if you click the point and do the right click, it will end it, and it will ask for the name. So you can keep the name as the patch number, whichever is the file. So it will be easier to identify your area. So I'm keeping it 183 underscore 1 underscore 0001. And in feature layer here, you have to choose user created feature. So use it like this and do OK, and it will make another file here to add another layer. So this is where your features will be added. If you keep the point and line, it will be also keep it like that. So for now we are working with only polygon. So this is the polygon we have made around our feature. Now I'll turn this on. Now if I turn it on and off, you can see that our area is that and our patch is like this. So after doing this patch, it has to exactly come on the position what our original image will look like. So now moving forward, I'll use the rectify tool. Just right click the patch 183 underscore 1 this, and then okay, if you are using anything in the computer, just please stop. I'm using it. so it will be disturbed. Okay, so right click 183 and go to the rectify tool. Here is if you right click it, there is one rectify tool here. If you, I think everyone is seeing it. If it has become faster, then please let me know. Okay, just click it, rectify. So here are three windows in the rectify tool. The first is the entire image, which gives you the entire view of your patch. So whatever you are working, this will be seen here, and in the center there will be zoom view of that same entire patch. We have to zoom in to the pixel level to place the coordinate control point here in that patch, and we will give the same point location in our reference image, which is in the last. In the right side there is a reference image. This is whatever the reference image are there on your background, that will appear here, and you have to zoom in both the windows simultaneously so that you don't get lost and get the exact point on both the images. So the scroll button will work for that, zoom in and zoom out. If you will pull towards you, it will zoom out, and if you will pull outward you, it will zoom in. Or you can make a rectangle and zoom into that position. So here we can see the pixel level detail, right? And our pixel is, one pixel is 10 centimeter. So make sure that you are close to the detail as much as possible. And as we require the accuracy of less than 50 centimeter, so we cannot miss, we have to be precise up to that level. So we identify two features in both in the images, and identify the feature on the ground, not on an elevated surface or man-made feature, man-made elevated feature like rooftop or building corners, something like that. Don't use anything on the man-made features. Use the natural ground, and don't use any tree also, because in some image, because of the view or viewing angle, it may be different in different image. If you are sure that it is both the same and same angle and same point and same pixel is giving the same location, then you can use it as an alternative, not always preferable, but you can use it. If there no any alternative is there, you can use that at very last, but we don't recommend it to use it. And you have to find the point on the ground as near as possible from the border. uh, like here is a tree. I'm not using this tree as any reference point. I'm going to use this white mark here near the tree. So I'll find the same place in the another image, and if I find the similar position, then I'll put that point. Okay, so like this, find one point here. So this white spot. Okay, this is the point I am going to use. So zoom into the pixel level, click it on the zoom view, and then click it on the reference view. After that, you will get a dot on both the image. The color may be different or may be same. So you get that point, and then after that, we will add this point to our list. So here is one option: add point to list. You have to click it, then it will be populated on the ground control point list as a point 3. So whenever you click add point to the list, it will label your point as point 3 on the screen. So this will confirm you that you have added the point. If the label is not coming here, or this cross mark is not coming here, then your point will not be added in the list. Unless it gets added on the list, it will not be workable. Only clicking will not work. So you have to add point to list, and it will get populated on your list. And now let's go to the another corner. So put here nearby. Okay, I'm taking this point here. Now. Okay, then I do the add point to list. Now the another point is added. Now let's go to the another corner. Okay, let's take this point now. Point. Add another point on the another corner. We need to identify the point. If we place the point in the wrong position, then it will distort your image. So to be sure, we can take a look, zoom in and zoom out and see the nearby feature to get identified. By mistake, then when you click on the another correct position, it will change that point to that location. So now here the point has got missed here. I now if I keep it on the another place, the point will be shifted. And sometimes your image may not be refreshed. I'm not seeing the clear image here, so it takes some few time. If you zoom out, zoom in, just refresh, and then it will come again to the back to its zoom level. Okay, let's take this junction point. Platform to list. Okay, now to another corner. Okay, let's another point. And if you don't find a good point or clear point, if you have any confusion, okay, this may be some distortion or something. So don't place the point on that kind of area. Place the points on very clear ground, uh, which is out of that is more clearly identifiable. So let's place one point here. Okay. In the corner. Here.
Hello. Sir, problem to rejoin.
Try to reconnect. It will be reconnected. We are working well.
Actually, ma'am, stop. Ma'am, wait. I will rejoin.
Yeah, try to reconnect. It will connect because you have the password.
Okay. Ma'am, wait. I will restart.
Yeah. We are just placing the point. In the area where there is vegetation and dense forest, it will be difficult to find the many points. But we have to get at least few points which we can find on the ground, because I cannot take the point on the trees. So if trees we can identify is not, then also it will be difficult. So we have to try to find out some ground nearby. If it is not exactly on the corner, you can take a little bit here and there. So in this area here is dense and here are trees, vegetation, and we have to find some point which we can find on the ground. So let's see. Nearby. Let's put the point here. Okay, now I have finished placing the first primary points. So this after this we will see how much it has been masked. This will give first primary rectification. So after that we have to check our point, and wherever there is offset we'll check it and place the more points there. So after finishing this, we have what we have to do is we have to remove this top left and bottom right point which was system given. So if you keep it on and if keep an other point, then other point may not be effective. So whatever is there in the top left and bottom right, we just check the box off, then it will be okay. And if you now you do apply and then okay, this has been shifted. If you have noticed, it was a little bit on the north side of the area. Now it has come to its position. So now what you have to do is we have to go to zoom in and start rectifying where if our patch is okay, if it has worked or not. So like this, we have to zoom in more, we have to move around the area. So this fence which we have drawn earlier, this will help you go through the area. The border has been the patch has been shifted, that is okay. It should not be very accurate or exact to the point or something like that. This is just the reference and guide for moving around. So by following the line, I can see the my patch is here. So if you turn on your patch and see, this will give you the view that where I am. So this is the border. So if there is some images are different, then there will we can see the difference in the vegetation. So here is one green, so that is okay. If this kind of thing is there, that is okay, but the ground has to match. If you turn off and on the border, don't go inside it, inside the patch, don't worry. If you see on the border of that patch and problem patch and the original, it has to match. So here I am zooming it. So this is the match. So it is matching here. Good. Okay. So I have to move around and see if all the borders has matched or not. Now let's move down. This is okay. That we need the point here. So what for another guidance, what you can do is where you keep the point, you can take that rectangle or polygon and you can make a small polygon here, so that it will help you keep points. So I'm taking user creative feature. I'm not keeping any name for that. So later on, I'll remove that when work is done. So I kept the mark here so that it is indication that I need the point here, right? So just to show you, it is not always necessary that you have to do it like that. Just to show you, for letting you know, okay, here we need the flat point. And when you do the rectification, you can do regularly going along all the border and the put the sufficient points and then do okay, and then at last do the checking. So assuming that this was done and we are checking it, so that checking part is now we are doing. So this part is also a little bit shifted, so I will place the point here. So this area, so here is also offset. So this is how you will be checking your own work and see if that is okay to this level or not. What I am doing exactly right now, you will be doing it to your own work, to your own output after finishing the work. So this kind of things is not acceptable. We have to place points at this area and do we rectify it like that. So I'm not placing more mark here because anyway we have to keep more points. So, so here the trees are also matching. The two photos are of the same time. So here is again another place. So Let's move up. So here is also some offsets in. So like this in the roads are sensitive. So if a small offset is also there, it is clearly visible. So this is the area we have to take utmost care. Uh, Here, this place. This is okay. Here, this image are similar, but the feature are not. If it is not seen otherwise, also you can see it like this. You can check it if that is matching or not. So I'm placing other point on this area to keep points. Yes. Okay, this area. Done with checking, and let's see the overview. How much was the matching? So see wherever the marks are seen, the area which we need extra more points. Other part are okay. Then also in the southern area, we will keep more points here. So then we will repeat the same process. So after doing that, we close the window. We go to the same rectify tool. So your all your points will be saved there like this. So you can carry on with that and add more points, and other points will also be worked. But if you close this from the global mapper, the table of content, then you have to put these all points again. So that's why we say to don't close any file from global mapper. So now, and that mark what we have kept, that will be seen in the reference image only. It will not be seen in the zoomed view. We have to identify it yourself on the zoom view, and this mark will guide you from the reference. If you see the reference, I'll go to this reference point here, this area, and this mark will not be available in the zoom view. We have to find it out and identify it ourselves. So let's see. This is point 4. This is the area. Let's place the point. Okay, add one. Now what I will do, I'll not do okay now. I'll keep more points and then only at last we will do okay. So after point 5 in this area, our point we're not exactly on the border and not near it, so that's why it is getting like that. If it is not more effective. If we place the point uh, nearer to the border, then only it will be affected. Or sometimes we have to pinpoint the exact border point on the image, identify it, and then we have to put the same point on the images. So let's pinpoint somewhere here. Um, let's keep the point on this. Sometimes it may be like that you may not be able to see the pixel, but this is the refresh problem. Sometimes analytics problem, sometimes internet problem. It will take some time to get refreshed. So if you zoom in and zoom out for some time, or if you can identify it by yourself, then that is okay. So I'm keeping it like this. And okay, let's go towards this road. Mm, mm, okay. And let's see in which area we need more point. So after point 6, we need to keep another point here. Mm, okay, I did. Um, this area. Okay, I think this area is okay. We didn't have much more offset in this area, so now in the north-south line we have to keep more. Okay. Mm, this.
You don't have to complete it. Just save it and so to complete it.
Okay, let's. mm, Okay, I'm keeping the points. Now what I'll do, I'll apply it and then do okay. So now it has applied that. Now you can see the difference wherever we have marked whether that has been uh, masked or not. See, okay, here it has masked, that is okay. So now this part is your checking part. So this part is, one part is okay, one part is not, so we have to add more. And here also not okay, we have to add more. So this is the process how we keep the points, and we check how we do it. It is not one time we do it and it is finished. We have to check it and redo it by ourselves and put more points wherever there we see the uh, offset. So here we see the offset. Now what we have to do is we go to that area and keep the point exactly to that area and see if that is working or not. What we can do is we can zoom in more and we can turn off the uh, uh, this layers and identify exactly on the area and pinpoint one point there. If we and place the point, that point will be seen in the reference image only, not on the path. So down is my reference image, so I kept that one point there and save it in the user created feature, and that point is there. And what you do is you go to the rectify tool and that point will be seen in your reference image. So you know that that point in your this problem path, and identify that point and keep that point as a point and add that point there. So this was my point, and this is seen in the reference image. So place a point here and place a point there, and then do add point to the list and see if that works or not. Okay, now you can see the shift. So this is how the more point will add, and we'll add the more point and solve this problem like this. So after solving this, if this is okay, for example, we assume that this has got the final touch, and then we have to save it. For saving it, we have to do it right click, go to the layer, and do the export. And if you select it, then the one layer which is you want to save, it is selected there. Then do OK, and select the export format. It will ask for the export format. GeoTIFF is our format, in which format we will be saving this file. So if it is other than GeoTIFF, you make sure that select the GeoTIFF from the drop down. Otherwise, by default, it will come GeoTIFF. You don't have to do anything. Then OK. And for the export options, it will ask for a few things here. That is RGB, you have to be 24-bit RGB should be selected. It is by default, all the options are by default there. Make sure it is not changed and it is always there. And our pixel size is zero point 0.1. Make sure that it will not be more than zero point 0.1. If it is less than zero point 0.1, that is okay, you don't have to do. Otherwise, you make it zero point 0.1. And make background void pixel transparent. This is the one you have to be careful, and this should be checked on. It is by default on. If it is not on, then you just check it on, and then create TFW Word file and generate PRG file. So these are the four, five things that you have to be careful. It is by default there. If it is not there, then you have to make it like this. Okay. So then do OK, and it will ask for the location. So our location will be in E reprocess. Whatever is your name, it will be on your name. And the path to select the same name, we have to go to the problem file, select that file, you will get that name, and then go back to the solve directory and save it like that. Don't type it on your own. It will maybe some character or the name may be different. So select it exactly from the problem directory and save it in your solve directory. So that is saved there. So that if you want to open it, then it will be saved in your solve directory. It is there. So this is the one you have solved it and got it here. So now we don't have to do that. We have more points to be added here. So this is how the whole work is done. And frequently save the file and don't remove any file from the table of content. So when any redo is needed, you can just go to the rectify. Your points will be there already there, and you can just add more points and do OK and check and apply and again export and save it in the same directory and replace file. So this is the end of the work. So if you have any queries or anything to ask, then you can go ahead. Okay, now sir.
Okay, so this is the work is all about. So you may have a lot of questions, but you have got the idea what the work is like. Okay. And uh, in each original image, there may be a single patch or there may be multiple patch. Or in some cases, the patch may take two or more original images also. So what we have shown you is an ideal case. Mostly it will be like this, but some patches will be easy to do. Some patches will be complicated, takes time. So when you work, our expert will be available for help for anything happens. Generally, initially, people struggle a bit. Some people pick up quickly. Some people take a little bit time. But we don't have much time left, and our computer is we have five very powerful computers, and we allocate the time at 8 hour slot, and that slot mostly available slots will be 16 hour UTC for next 8 hours or so. These are the night time in this part of the world. So those who are from far away, for them it may be suitable. Now you have any question, just ask me.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. This is Ravin Raj from Geospatial Marine Consulting Service in India.
Mhm.
Sir, so you are explaining well, sir, and we already work on this one. And one more thing is there, sir. Only patch only we have to do. So we go. You don't want to mosaic these images, right?
No, the image is already mosaic. See, when you
Right,
mosaic
sir.
it, already there will be some offsets. We are correcting it by
Yes, sir. Yes,
placing
sir.
manual type points.
Okay, okay, okay. Right, sir. So after that, so once this work is completed, and how many tiles you are going to allot for us, sir?
Okay, so when you start working, you'll be given patches on daily basis, and we expect you to complete as many patches as possible. Okay, and
Okay.
every day in the morning, we'll update you how many you have completed and how many accepted. The
Okay.
acceptance is like that. In the offset should not be more than 50 centimeters. So if you check it yourself before submitting, then it will be accepted automatically. So
Okay. And let me know how long this project will go, sir.
this current work we need to complete it within next 7 to 10 days.
7 to 10 days. Okay.
Mm.
So then after that, you have another project like this one for another
Yeah,
country.
yeah, we have a lineup of projects. So we keep people who are good, and there are other work also, the future work also.
So thank you so
Right.
much, sir. So when you can send a sample and all, sir.
No
So that
sample. Everybody will be working online in our computer like this.
okay. All right, sir.
Okay.
So through what FTP you are sending that production file or what, sir?
No, no. You are working in our computer online. So whatever you are doing remains in our computer. Nothing goes out.
Okay. I understood.
So
Okay.
just now, what you are now connected, actually, basically, you are connected to our computer. You can do work now.
Okay. Understood. Yes.
So this is a huge data.
Okay.
So it is not possible to send outside, and it is against our client's policy also.
Okay.
So so these computers are all in a computer data center.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay. So right now we have 50 people, sir. So we can use two any guest, right? And you will give the access for each and every computer.
Yeah, we'll allocate timing to individuals as per availability and their suitability,
Okay.
and then they produce results every day,
Right, sir.
and then we assess it. We just check it whether it's acceptable or not, and then we give you the list every day. So this day you submitted this much, accepted this much.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you for your information, sir. Thank you.
Okay, our payment thing is like that. For every patch that is accepted, we pay you $2. But if you produce 5 patches in one day, then we give you $5 bonus for every 5 patch. So it becomes $3.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So, and then at the end of the work, we transfer the data to your, transfer the money to your bank account.
Sorry, sir. Okay, sir. So timing, sir, for timing those, what is the timing?
Yeah, the timing, the first we screen the people who will be working, and then we assign time accordingly because there are other people who are also working.
Okay.
So we manage the time in all computers. And then there is another small work for 2, 3 days, the similar one, but much simpler than this. So for that, but let us discuss only this work now.
Okay.
But there are, I mean, we keep on having this type of work one after another.
Yeah.
So right
Great.
now we have to complete it quickly.
Yes. Great to hear, sir. Great to hear. Okay.
We have to do this work by any desk, right?
Yeah, that is our preferred online software. It is free for you, so you
Okay.
can use it.
There is any other option?
We prefer not because we have to install it in our computers. We prefer to stick to only one software.
Okay. Okay, sir. So what is the payment term?
The payment term is every patch you complete. Okay, we pay
Okay.
you $2 in one day.
Okay.
If
Okay.
you complete 5 patch,
Okay.
then we give you $5 additional bonus. So that means for 5 patch, if these patches have to be accepted.
Okay.
So
Okay,
if
sir.
you if say for example you do 8 patches, 5 is
Yes.
accepted. So then you'll get 5 into 10 plus $5 bonus, $15. And then the other patches will be sent back to you as redo. So next day
Okay.
you complete it. Maybe some small work has to be done on that. And then you do additional work. So that will add to your next day's job. So basically next
Okay.
day you may easily exceed 5 patches. Generally people, our record is sometimes they even do 18 patches in a day, but they do very hard work.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Some people do 5, 6, 7. Some Them through WhatsApp separately, and then we'll arrange for your setting, starting the work, time allocation. Is that okay? Any other question? Any other discussion? Anybody wants?
Thank you, sir.
So is there any time bound in a day for the one manpower?
Say again, I cannot hear you.
Is there any time limitation for one manpower in a day?
No, we run the computer round the clock, so the slots are allocated according to the individual's request and availability. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so then we'll end this session now. Okay, those who are interested to continue, post a message that I want to continue, then I'll contact them individually.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye.
Yeah, thanks.